the absolutely lovely Laurbubble is going to take us.
Hello. Oh, let me put my can down. That's a good start. Hit yourself with the microphone. Right.
Yeah.
How's everyone doing? Is everyone having a good evening?
Yeah.
Woo. How tall are you, Tommy? Right, I'll move this other way. Brilliant. Yes, is everyone having a good night? Yes. Everyone well? Are you well?
Yeah.
Enjoying yourselves?
Yeah.
Of course we're enjoying ourselves. We're at YouTube. And there's cookies. And there's alcohol, which I think is the main factor here. Yes. No.
Alcohol.
I'll be completely honest, this is my first ever time doing stand-up. Be nice, be nice. Yes, I've been given some advice. I'm currently doing that trick where you imagine the audience is naked. It's not really working, I'm just really tired. You're bigger than I imagined. See you after the show. Yes. Quick introduction, my name is Laura, I'm also known as Laurbubble. Before anyone says it, not because I like to blow things. Yes. People say bubble's a bit of a weird one. But actually, I'm really happy. It was one of my favourite words when I was 15 and I was creating a YouTube account. I'm just glad it wasn't one of my other favourite words, because my other favourite words were taken at the time. If they weren't, I may have been introducing myself tonight as Laura Star, Laura Unicorn, or Laura 90% Devil. Oh, yeah. Is anybody a vlogger here? Not many then, that's a surprise. I'm also a vlogger. I film in my room, I clone myself, I talk to my clones, and when I want to pretend to be a boy, I put a fake moustache on my face. So amazingly, I'm still single! Yes. Haven't had the best of luck with dating. The last date I went on, I explained that I was a vlogger. You know how you film alone in your room and you put it on the internet, yes? The look on his face was priceless. It was amazing. It was a mix between, is she actually mental? And I think she's a porn star. It was like this, I'll do an impression, it was like that. It was like that. I mean, that could have been due to the fact I was holding his hand really tightly as well, so he wouldn't run away. Never been very good at the whole dating thing. I don't do any of the online dating stuff either, you know, where you swipe things. I find that really weird, okay, because you could be going on a date with an absolute, you could go on a date with a creep, you could be having dinner with a psychopath, or even worse, a vegetarian. Oh, vegetarians in the house. I'll have the nut roast again. Yes. One of my friends gave me advice on dating. She said, when you go on a date, show off what you're good at. So if you can ice skate, go to an ice rink. She said, if you're sporty, go do something active. Well, I'm not sporty at all. I genuinely believe that sweat is your body crying. And I thought about this long and hard, and I was like, well, what am I good at? I'm only good at computers and editing. So what am I going to do? Take him on a date to fucking PC World? Yeah. No, I think the problem with dating is there's just too many differences for me to cope between men and women. And I'll give you an example. There was a guy I was dating. It was going really well. We'd got to our third date. He didn't show up. I know. So I was waiting outside and I was freaking out and I was going, I've been stood up. This date could not get any worse. I was so wrong. He showed up, opening line. He said, I'm really sorry for the delay. And I was like, oh, how sweet, he's apologised. I've left him off the hook. And yeah, he followed with, I kid you not, have you ever done one of those shits before where you need to take a bath afterwards? You'd just never get a lady to say that, would you? A lady would never say that, because we can multitask, so we do them both at the same time. Yes. Before him I dated a slightly younger guy. Quite young, still legal. Do you seem to be making any of those jokes? Too soon. Still legal, but the problem was he looked so young that when we went to the restaurant they handed him a colouring book and crayons. So I ended it there and then, just before his mum came to pick him up. The worst dating experience I've ever had. I get a little bit emotional when I talk about this. That's awful. Right, he took me to a really fancy French restaurant. There was wine, there was candlelight, you name it. It went really well. And then the waitress came over. Oh, sorry, sir. She said, would you like to see the dessert menu? And he said no. And I was like, no, fair dues. He's health conscious, fair dues. said it on my behalf. Ended the relationship right there and then. No one denies me a bit of cheesecake. I'd even worn my trousers with an expandable waist belt that night. Yes. Do we have any students in the room? Yes? Oh, hello. Yes? Being a student, have we got anyone who used to be a student as well? I mean, there's a lot of people. Yes. Absolutely love being a student. You see so many things, don't you? You see so many things. First time at university, I think it'll be the only time at university, I heard a woman say to a guy in a bar, "I'll sleep with you if you buy me a kebab." I felt like I had to offer my advice, and I wandered over and said, "Dear, don't bother. You're already going to be disappointed with one type of meat tonight." Yes, yeah. No, I loved being a student. You learn so much. You learn so many key life skills. There was one skill I learned which took a lot of time and effort. I don't think it's a skill that can be taught. And it was how to eat a Big Mac off your neck lying down when you drive. It's serious, that's what makes it so sad. Some people wake up with a smoking hot body next to them. I wake up with a gherkin and some fries if I'm lucky. Yes, I did. Does anyone do languages here or speak languages? Yay! Yes, I did languages at university. I did German and Dutch, which was great. So if you want to do Dutch, you just speak like a sim. You just go hoopida hoopida hoop. If you want to do German, you just sound really angry all the time. Ja, Achtung, Achtung, ja, ja. So I did languages. The problem with doing languages is you meet all those really serious language people. Okay, and I think you'll know what I mean when I've got a friend like this. Not looking at anyone, I've got a friend like this. So let's just give you an example. If you go into London and you order a chicken and chorizo sandwich, they go, "It's pronounced chorizo." And you go, "All right, I'll have the croissant." And they go, "Laura, it's pronounced croissant." You're like, "Is that do you really need to correct me on that? Is that really necessary?"
Yes!
And they go, "Laura, I would know. I speak languages." And you're like, "Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry, yeah, I forgot. I forgot you speak the language of knobheads." Yes. Yes, does anyone use Snapchat in here? Never got the point of Snapchat. I find it incredibly awkward getting selfies of your friends so close up. You'd never see like that close up to any of your friends, would you, in person, unless you were going to kiss them. Some of my friends have got into the habit of sending their boyfriends sexy pictures of themselves, and they put the caption, "This is what you can expect later." I used to be fair, I can't judge, I used to do this with my boyfriend, but instead of a picture of myself, it was a picture of the washing up. Never been very good at the old sex thing. I think by the fact I've called it the sex thing makes that quite obvious. The sex thing, that's not how it planned to come out. Tonight, shall we do the sex thing? The sex thing. No, I tried to introduce food into the bedroom when I had a boyfriend. I tried to spice things up. Yes. Picked my favourite thing, Nutella. It wasn't very good because we ran out of toast. No. Yes. Is anyone excited for Christmas here?
Yes.
Yes. I'm so excited for Christmas. The only problem is some of my friends have been putting a bit of a downer on it. They're talking about dieting for Christmas. What's that about? That's something that's in the summer, isn't it? You're meant to start every new year looking like Jabba the Hutt. So, I don't know if anyone knows anyone who's on a diet. I'm not looking at anyone in the room here. Anyone who's been on a diet, they're so annoying, aren't they? "Oh, can't eat that, nothing tastes as good as skinny feels." You're not buying the right biscuits. I found one place where all the rules of dieting go out the window. Have you ever taken anyone who's been on a diet to an all-you-can-eat buffet? Not on a diet anymore, are they? They run like Usain Bolt towards the finish line of prawn crackers and stir-fry noodles. Faster than a fangirl chasing Nikki and Sammy. Just Sammy, really, isn't it? The only problem with Christmas is it's not much of an opportunity for fancy dress, is it? Really, like you can kind of dress as an old fat jolly man, but as a 24-year-old woman it's not that attractive, unless that's what you're into. And if you are, I still have the beard. So. No, that's why Halloween is actually my favourite holiday, because it's like the best excuse to just look like crap. You can leave the room, leave the house, no makeup on, and everyone's like, "I love the zombie look." Yes, and a little bit of me dies inside. Yes, I haven't had the best like sort of history with fancy dress. The last fancy dress party I went to was a toga party. So I got, I don't know if anyone's been to a toga party before. You put the big white bed sheet on, and spilt a glass of red wine down myself, so everyone asked me all night if I'd come as a tampon. Not as bad as my mate, bless him. He went to a fancy dress party and it was amazing, his outfit. He went as a giant dick. Like a giant dick. It was an amazing outfit. Everyone asked him all night, bless him, if he'd come as Sam Pepper. Could have gone down 2 ways. Yes. No, surprisingly, after all I've said, I've never actually been dumped. Has anyone here never been dumped before? Well, we are a YouTube thing after all. I think it's quite the achievement. I think there's certain things you can do to avoid getting dumped, okay? I'll give you some tips from the experts myself. Right, I was a very kind and compassionate girlfriend. I was caring, I was honest, I talked about my feelings. And I also bought him extra large condoms, so he'd feel bad about himself and get a complex and never leave me. The tracking device helped as well. Yes, no, I'm actually quite happy being single. I know I make lots of jokes about it and everything, but I'm not going to be one of those people that's like, being single's amazing, I love it, I'm going to get with everyone. We all know someone like that, don't we? Just ends in a lot of tears and usually an awkward sexual encounter. So I'm quite content, but I'm not going to overdo it. But let's face it, no one has an awesome time going to the cinema alone. It's that moment when you get home and you realise the only thing that's touching any part of your body is the popcorn you've spilled down your bra earlier. Yeah. I think as YouTubers, we might all be aware, sort of very aware of single life and being around single people. Another concept that we're all quite aware of at the moment, and we're all in the habit of doing, is the whole, don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. Leave your comments below. I think, does everyone in the room do this? Yeah, I think it's like second nature to us. But I find this concept amazing, because it would only work in video form, wouldn't it? Could you imagine doing this in real life? Okay, could you imagine going to the bar? You'd automatically become that kid from school. Like me, don't forget to like me. Or after sex, being like, if you enjoyed this, leave your comments. Let me know your opinions in the comments below. If you just did a good job at work and you were like, subscribe for more, subscribe for more. Yes, I'm not a big fan of that. I find it all a bit too desperate. But if you would like to see more, go to youtube.com/Laura and leave your comments below. Thank you very much. You've been amazing.